You could tell, even if you single trying to mingle, and you can say that you loading up a roster, and you can tell them their position, they're gonna always try to step out and gun for the number one spot. Everybody's gonna always step out and try to gun for the number one spot. No, nobody jumps into a race to be like, oh yeah, you know what? I want to stay in 8th place in this race. Now, granted, you might not have the skills to move up to 1st place, but your mentality is, I'm gonna try to test what skills I have to move to 1st place. Nobody jumps in the race to be like, yeah, I'm just gonna stay hovering around 4th place because that's where my skills, my skills are 4th place skills. So I'm just gonna ride this thing out in 4th place. Somebody's gonna always try to overstep their boundaries and get to the top. That's human nature. That's human nature. So this whole ideology of having this open relationship, a lot of people say, oh, it works for me and mine. It works for me and mine. Well, guess what? Whatever works today will be a day that it don't work no more. And the sad thing about those situations, when it don't work no more, you're gonna see all the times that you've been doing that open relationship type of thing, and then you got to hear about how you've been having a problem with this thing for so long, but you just never said nothing. You understand what I'm saying? Like when you, as Jada say, come to the table, and you got to put that one incident out on the table that blew this shit up. Guess what? You're going to see how this whole process was a big problem, how this whole process was problematic, but you was just sticking playing team ball to make the other person happy, but you was never really happy. You understand what I'm saying? On both sides. Because I'm going to tell you what, I know every man ain't created equal. I know every man don't roar the same. But it's no way in my mind. I don't care how much pussy I'm getting on the outside of my relationship. I still cannot be comfortable as a man thinking about other cats out here gunning my wife. No, sir. No, bucko. That can't, I don't care how much I lay down with other women and my wife okays it, I'm never going to be okay with a picture in my mind of other niggas gunning my wife. No. Because I'm a man. And what's mine is mine. I don't play well. I don't share. And the reality of it is, from brother to brother, from male to male, we know that other men don't play well and don't share. You understand what I'm saying? So, to wrap up this whole Will Smith fiasco, like I ain't even worried about the August Alsina part because, like, I tell people all the time, just their relationship. Look, let me tell you something. Okay, since I'm already talking about it, let me go ahead, let me put this on the table. There's no age limit, or there's no age bracket that declares, okay, this is the great sex age bracket. There's no distinction or definitive that, okay, just because a nigga is in his mid-30s, he's gonna have better dick than all the 20-year-olds. Just because this nigga is in his 40s, he's gonna have a bigger dick than all the young people. Like, life don't work like that. Life don't work like, okay, damn nigga, you in your 40s, so your dick is gonna be bigger and better than the young boys. Like, the young boys will never surpass what you done did between them sheets. It don't work like that. Y'all, if y'all don't understand, life don't work like that. So when it comes to with this whole August Alsina shit, man, I'm gonna just tell you what I think. I'm gonna just tell you what I know. Life growing up, man, I've been with so many older women. When I was 20, 21, 19, 22, 23, all my young years, I've been with old women who have been married 25, 30 years, who have been married 10, 15 years, who have been in long relationships with people 10 or 15 years. And yes, even though their husbands or their longtime boyfriends or their longtime mates had the stability that I didn't have, they wasn't slanging the dick that I can slang. And in my young years, trying to figure it out through life, I done had many of women who've been in relationships and marriages with longevity come to my 1-bedroom apartment in the hood, lay on the mat with me, and get this young dick. And you know what you hear when you giving these old ladies this young dick? You know what you hear when you giving these old ladies this young dick and they haven't came in 10, 15 years? You understand what I'm saying? You know what you getting when you giving these older ladies this young dick and they husband ain't got the inches that you got. I'm just keeping it real. Oh, they fall in love. Oh, they wanna furnish out your place. They wanna pay your bills. They love you. You are fucking them better than you are fucking these old women better than their husbands have ever fucked them in their whole life. They love you, but they will never leave the stability of their husband. I don't care how deep that dick get in them ladies. They will never leave the stability of their husbands. They'll fuck with you for a long time. You didn't open up their third eye. You be fucking the dog shit out these women. Oh man, the freak that their husband want them to be, that young dick will make them be. But they'll never leave that stability. I've seen women, I had them, come like carousel doors, round and around and around, dicking the fuck out of them at a young age. But I always knew they ain't gonna leave. They ain't gonna leave that house in the vacation house. They not gonna leave that 25, 30 years on a job that they committed to, that husband got. They're not gonna leave that pension. They're not gonna leave that insurance. They're not gonna leave that whatever. They're not gonna leave that stability. No matter what you throwing into them. And they do be getting feelings. They're not going to leave. They're not going to leave the stability. And that's what I think August thought. And that's what I know Jada was speaking. Jada was telling him in his ear. Oh, Will couldn't do it like this. And this man thought he had his wife. That man honestly thought he had his wife. That youngster went in there, was outperforming that old bag. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, Will Smith, I love you, man. You did a lot for the culture. But that youngster went in there and was outperforming you. And that woman let him know. Just like she let you know when she sat at that table and said, I hadn't felt good in a long time. I just wanted to feel good. And Og made me feel good. She let you know at that table. And that's why Will was looking sick. Because that woman let you know that youngster outshined you on your best day. But she wasn't gonna leave your security though. She wasn't gonna leave your stability. But that youngster outshined you. You heard what she said. He broke it off from me. I tried to reach out to him, but he started pulling back from me, so I just let it go. But what you knew for a fact, it wasn't easy for her to let it go though. She made multiple attempts. She was missing that young dick. That youngster outshined you, Will. There's nothing you can do about it. That's what hurt Will Smith's soul. That's what hurt it. That woman of his, that wife of his, she couldn't detach it. She was falling in love with that youngster too. Jada was falling in love with that youngster too. But at the end of the day, man, enough of that Will Smith shit. Y'all understand, man, people do this shit all the time. And as much as they do it, they fail. It never works out. It never works out. Go look at the history and go look at all the people who tried to have these open relationships and open marriages and stuff like that. Yeah, it'll run a longevity type of course, but they never happy. They end up splitting. They'll end up separating. They'll end up finding out that they're not happy. They'll end up leaving because they'll end up as a woman realizing that, oh man, she don't want to keep having other guys jump up and down in her to be happy and will never be happy, and all she wants is her mate, is her husband to be the only one that she lay down with, but then her husband looking at her like, damn, I thought it was gonna be good, but shit, I can't never look at you the same. You done let all kind of niggas that jumped up and down in you. Like, it's never gonna be the same. It's not. So, like I tell people, the consequences, the power of the consequence will always outweigh the power of the decision. And it's simple as that with that whole Will and Jada stuff. Moving on. Let's get to this whole Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez thing. I'm not going to spend too much